So this is your bat. And if you flip it over, on the bottom, you're going to see a grid. There's 4 openings along the outside there. 2 are on the inside of the grid, 2 are on the outside. The 2 on the outside have the distance that correlates to these little nubs that are on the wheel head. Now, this round circle here is called the wheel head. And these 2 little nubs coming up are called the wheel head pins. Make sense? Yeah. Now, we're going to take, and the way I usually do it is I place my middle finger or pointer finger into the outer openings, and I run my finger across till it catches on one of the wheel head pins. I place that one down once I find it, and then I know where the other one goes. Okay? To make sure that it's going to actually stay, I can kind of wiggle this, and it'll allow me to check if it's on really well. So we've got the wheel head. The wheel head is run by the motor. If you want, you can put that on your table. The wheel head is run by the motor. And underneath here in the center, it has teeth on the bottom, and the motor has teeth, and they kind of are lined up together. And when it turns, when the motor turns, it makes the wheel head turn. If I turn the wheel head manually by hand, without the motor turning it, I could break the teeth off, okay? And then it will not work. So I don't want to manually turn this as much as possible. This piece here is called the splash pan, okay? So the splash pan is really helpful. It's not tight. So if you want to check it, you'll feel that it's really not in there tight. But the way it's shaped allows the water to flow out and down into the bigger splash pan. So you want to learn how to take this apart. To take this splash pan off, for most people, you're going to flip it upside down. So go ahead and give that a whirl. When you do that, all of the water is going to fall down all over the place. So what most people do is they take their cleaning sponge, okay, they wipe all of the water into the big splash pan, all right? And then they can take this out by flipping it upside down, and it's easy to take out. Make sense? The way that you would clean this is you would take the cleaning sponge and you would wipe it down, get all of the dirt off. Alright, so you clean it up, and then you take your towel and you dry it off. The towel is not to be used to clean clay. You can't. The washer can't handle it. So this is just for drying. Then you take this and you're going to set it to the side. So now, to take this piece off, I'm going to pull it straight out like a dresser drawer. Okay? Now you'll notice the wheel head may turn a little, but as long as you're not getting in the habit of that, you'll be okay. Now, if this is full of water, just to give you an example, okay, I do not want to go like this because I'll miss the bucket. Instead, I want to pick it up and I want to empty it like a letter U. Okay? So then when I'm done doing that, I'll take it and I'll take my sponge and I'll start my cleaning. And I'll clean up. If the sponge gets dirty, I'll clean it out, keep wiping. And then when it's clean, I'll dry it. To place it back in, I'll come in kind of like an airplane at an angle, wiggle a little bit, and slide it in. And then you'll find that this piece you can flip back in, or you could do side to side, and it'll be loose, but it should go on. So you know that you're sitting properly when you look straight down and your eyes are over the center of the wheel. On the wheel, you're going to notice that there are pieces of tape. So this would be, if I was looking straight at a clock, this would be 12, this would be 6. So then I have 1 o'clock, 3, 4, 6, and 8. Those are all important markers that as you do motions, you're going to need to either push toward one or work on the piece at 3 o'clock and things of that nature. So you want to kind of keep in mind those markers as we work. And obviously, depending on the direction you're sitting, you have to look at your clock your way, not the teacher's way. So the next thing I want to teach you is on the right-hand side of the table, on the side, there's a black box hanging down. We're on the other side now. On the right-hand side here, under the table, there's a black box. On the front of the box, there's a switch that I'm going to flip. Also on the floor, I'm going to find my pedal. Now this pedal, when it's angled, is going to be stacked. But when my foot pushes down on it, what will happen is the wheel will pick up speed. Then as my foot presses with my heel down, I see that the wheel stops. So as I work, I pick up my foot, I set the speed, I take it off. I don't work with my foot on the pedal. I work with it off the pedal. Or I want to change the speed, I pick up my foot, I change the speed, I take it off. I do not have to leave my foot on there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our clay, okay, and we're going to use our left hand almost like a cup. It's going to cup it in the position we're trying to create, the form we're trying to create. So we're going to take our right hand and we're going to be forming an egg, okay? So most eggs have one end that's a little bit smaller than the other. That's the end that we're going to point toward the bottom. The bottom area, when it hits, is going to expand. It's going to push out any air that would have gotten trapped in the base. So that's kind of nice. If you have any wrinkles, just smear them. Close them up. We don't want any wrinkles. Okay? Those could cause problems later. And then what you're going to do is you're going to plant it down with authority in the center. Okay? Now you're going to check if the distance between this is equal on both sides. So I have a lot of distance here and I have less distance here. So I need to kind of push it toward the center if it's not there, and then give it a couple taps on top. I'm going to set this at a very slow speed, and I'm going to open up my fingers. I'm not afraid to leave some knuckle marks, okay? My elbow is down on my legs, okay? Nice and secure so I have stability. I will be using this almost like the crux of the movement. it's a stable position. All right. I do not go in. I do not go down. I don't want a pole and I don't want a pancake. I want a cone shape. The cone. Okay? So here I go. This is called slow wheel, fast tap. So when you finish up for the day, you're going to turn off the power. Then you're going to turn off the pedal, slide the pedal underneath. You're going to pop this little baby off. On the first day, it's very important that you keep it very wet, because tomorrow you are going to need something really wet to work with so you could change the form and make it into a bowl. Excuse me. Then you're going to take this and place it inside. You're going to gently push out any air. Okay. Take this part, twist, 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 twist. Tuck it under, and that's how you're going to store it on your shelf. You would then commence cleaning. When you're done cleaning, the small towel dries on top of the wheel because you don't want it to smell. Alright? So when you're done, the big towel is going to go on the chair and you're going to tuck it in so people can walk around.